What's going on, everybody? Thank you so very much for clicking on this video. It's about that time. I've said this a couple of times over the last handful of videos that I've put out, but I have a couple of major announcements to give you guys here. First things first, I'm sure you have noticed, but there are boxes all over the place, and obviously there are plenty more that you cannot see, so I'm sure most of you probably know what's going on, or at least have some general idea, but my wife and I are moving out of this apartment at time of recording a week from today. So, yeah, crazy. We're super excited. We genuinely feel as if we are upgrading. This apartment that we have lived in for 2 years has been wonderful. Obviously, it is not perfect. It's got one bedroom. It's pretty small. Everything's open. You know, the kitchen connects to the living room, connects to the dining room, connects to everything else. There is obviously a one bedroom. It's not a studio apartment, but, you know, pretty much everything is there. Everything's pretty cramped. Not a whole lot of room to put things. I have a lot of sports memorabilia that I have not had a chance to put anywhere that I'm excited for my new apartment because we are expanding. We're getting we're pretty much doubling the size of what we have now. 2 bedrooms instead of one, much bigger living room and everything like that. So we're very, very excited. Now, what does that have to do with the podcast? Well, obviously, a couple of things. One being that over the next couple of weeks, there will not be a podcast that's going to come out. I am not sure if I am going to record a podcast for next Friday. This video should come out Sunday afternoon, which I believe would be the 30th of July. So at that time, my latest episode 46 will have already come out. I'm not sure if episode 47 will come out this upcoming Friday or not. I'm still trying to figure out how we're going to kind of deal with that in terms of packing and in terms of, you know, what's going to happen when I end up having to pack up the computer and all my technology and my microphone and everything like that. So still trying to work out the kinks of that, but I will obviously keep you guys up to date. I do post, do community posts on YouTube, so check those out if you haven't seen them. That's where mostly I'll give my updates, so just keep an eye out for those. So anyways, like I said, the next few weeks, possibly including next week, there's not going to be a podcast coming out. Obviously, we're going to need a few weeks to get used to things, kind of rebuild the entire setup that I have here, and kind of get going. But the good news is that I do have some content that is going to be coming out over the next couple of weeks. So obviously, I'm going to have, by the time you see this, I will have already had the podcast, episode 46, and one clip coming out. Obviously, you'll have this that you can watch. I mean, I don't know why you'd want to rewatch this. It's just announcements, but hey, some of you are weird. So then you've got a couple other clips coming out, and I'm hoping I can get another podcast episode out next week. At least, and I'm going to try to also put out some clips as well for that. I might not be able to put all of them out by the time I move, but I will do my best. I also have a few quizzes that I'm going to be posting on the channel. I also have an interview that I'm going to be posting on the channel at some point during the next couple of weeks. So just keep that in mind. There is still going to be some content coming at you sporadically over the next few weeks, but it's just going to slow down a little bit while we are in the moving process and until we get settled. The second part of these announcements, another big announcement, is we are doing a complete rebrand of this podcast. Now, it's still going to be sports. It's still going to be NFL, MLB, NBA. It's still going to be all that stuff. But everything else is going to be different. We're obviously going to be moving into a new apartment, and I am converting my office basically into my podcast studio. So the background is going to be completely different. My goal is to have the intros be completely different, the outros be completely different, the music be completely different, the vibe and the structure of the show to be different than what it has been since its inception. Now, for some of you, that may be very exciting. For others, it may be a little bit scary. And for some of you, it may be, oh, thank goodness, because you're terrible. Fair enough. All points are valid, but we're going to do it. If we're going to do it at any point, now's going to be the time. New studio, comes new opportunities, and I'm very, very excited to kind of dive into what this new podcast is going to look like. Again, same topics, same kind of general vibe and story, but I want I kind of want all the aesthetics to be different, and I want to try and figure out a way to make this better for you guys going forward. So hopefully you guys are excited about that, because I know that I am. So again, thank you guys so much for supporting the podcast over the last couple of years. I know there's been some dead spots. I'm trying to eliminate those as best I can. But sometimes life just gets kind of crazy. So I'm still working on everything, and obviously still just trying to get better as a podcaster as time goes along. But I need you guys to do that. So hopefully you guys stick it out over the next couple of weeks and continue to support the podcast. And I hope you guys are as excited as I am, because things are going to be different from now on, and I hope you guys like it. That's it. Those are my announcements. Again, so thankful for all of you guys. And if you have any serious, questions, I guess, or anything like that, you can always message me on Twitter, or put a comment in any of the videos that I've done. I should receive those, and I'll be able to answer you if you guys have any specific questions. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate all of you. Keep an eye out for the posts, as I said, and obviously feel free to keep an eye out for the content that's going to be dropping over the next couple of weeks. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time.